Okay, a particle moves along the x-axis. The position is given by this formula. At what time is the particle at rest? The particle is at rest when the velocity is 0. So, if I take the derivative of the formula they gave me, I will find a formula for the velocity. The derivative of 2t cubed will be 6t squared. 21t squared would be 42t plus the derivative of 72t would be 72 minus the derivative of 53 is 0. I need to figure out what value of t will cause this equation to have a value of 0. So the equation I'm solving is 0 must equal 6t squared subtract 42t plus 72. This is a quadratic which is solved by factoring. So I factor out the 6. I keep factoring because this is still a quadratic. Okay, so t multiplied by t is t squared. I always skip the middle, 12. Let's see. 3 and 4. 3 multiplied by 4 does make 12. So if I multiply this out, I'd have, let's go over here for a minute, I have t squared. I'll have 4t, I'll have 3t, and I'll have 12. These two can add, so I'll have t squared. This needs to be, these both have to be negative because I've got to make this become negative 7t, and this has to be plus 12 to get this. So, I needed a negative 4t, which means this times this must be negative. This times this must also be negative. So now t times t is t squared. T times negative 4 is negative 4t. Negative 3 times t is negative 3t. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Everything's working. I have figured out that if t has a value of 3, and if t has a value, or if t has a value of 4. So at either of those two times, those two t values plugged into v will cause v to have a value of 0, meaning the particle would be at rest.